Lisan, Puru. What I'm about to show you will make every parent watching this feel a chill down their spine. A 7-year-old girl. One innocent mistake and 3 seconds that changed her life forever. You think you know how this story ends? You don't. Because what the monkey did next? ... Even the doctors couldn't believe it when they saw the footage. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This isn't clickbait. This actually happened, and it's happening right now in cities around the world. Maybe even in your city. So, before you let your kids near a NY wild animal again, you need to hear Maya's story. Because what happened to her in Jodhpur, India could happen to your child tomorrow. Stay with me. This gets intense. But you need to see this. Drop your city and country in the comments right now, because I'm about to show you something that will change how you see wildlife forever. Let's go. What happened next left an entire community in shock and sparked a global conversation about wildlife interactions. This isn't just another animal encounter story. This is about Maya. Before we dive into what happened that terrifying day, I need to know where you're watching from right now. Drop your city and country in the comments below, because this could happen anywhere. Maya Rodriguez was 7 years old, living in Jodhpur, India, a city known for its magnificent blue buildings, and unfortunately, its aggressive monkey population roaming through residential areas daily. Her parents had warned her countless times. Never feed the monkeys, Maya. Never get close to them. But children are curious creatures, and Maya thought she knew better than the adults around her. It was March 15th, 2023. Maya had just returned from school, still wearing her bright yellow uniform, her backpack decorated with cartoon characters bouncing against her small shoulders as she walked. She noticed a small monkey sitting near their garden wall. It looked thin, almost fragile, with big brown eyes that seemed to stare directly into her soul, begging for help and compassion. Maya's grandmother was inside preparing lunch. The smell of fresh chapati filled the air. Maya thought quickly. She could grab some fruit from the kitchen and help this poor, hungry creature before anyone noticed. She tiptoed inside, grabbed 2 bananas from the counter, and rushed back outside. Her heart pounded with excitement, feeling like a hero about to save an animal in desperate need of assistance. The monkey hadn't moved. It sat perfectly still, watching her approach with an intensity that should have been her first warning sign. But Maya only saw an animal that needed her help. "Here, little one," she whispered softly, extending her small hand with the banana, taking 3 careful steps closer to the creature. The monkey's eyes tracked every movement she made with precision. For a brief moment, everything seemed perfect. The monkey reached out its leathery hand, gently taking the banana from Maya's palm. She smiled, feeling proud of her brave and compassionate action that day. Then everything changed in less than 2 seconds. The monkey's expression shifted. More monkeys appeared from nowhere, surrounding Maya from all directions, chattering loudly with aggressive, territorial sounds that echoed through the neighborhood. The first monkey suddenly lunged forward, grabbing Maya's arm with shocking strength. Before she could scream, it pulled her forward violently, its grip like iron around her tiny wrist and forearm. What happened next traumatized everyone who witnessed it. The monkey lifted Maya completely off the ground, her feet dangling helplessly as she screamed for her grandmother with pure terror in her voice. Then it threw her into the air like she weighed nothing at all. Maya's body flew upward nearly 6 feet before crashing down onto the hard concrete below. Her grandmother heard the screams and ran outside, finding Maya lying motionless on the ground, surrounded by screeching monkeys fighting over the bananas that had scattered everywhere during the chaos and violence. The next hours were a blur of ambulances, emergency rooms, doctors rushing in different directions, and Maya's parents driving frantically to the hospital after receiving the devastating phone call about their daughter's condition. Maya had suffered a fractured arm, severe bruising across her entire back, a concussion that concerned the neurologist, and psychological trauma that would take months of therapy to even begin addressing properly. But here's what makes this story even more disturbing. Maya wasn't the first victim. In Jodhpur alone, there have been 47 documented monkey attacks on children in the previous year waiting to happen. Local authorities knew about the problem. They had received hundreds of complaints from terrified residents, yet nothing substantial had been done to address the growing danger in their community and neighborhoods facing daily threats. Dr. Raihesh Sharma, a wildlife expert I spoke with, extensively explained something crucial. When humans feed wild monkeys, we're not helping them. We're creating dangerous dependencies and aggressive behaviors that endanger everyone involved. Monkeys are highly intelligent animals, he continued during our interview. They learned quickly that humans equal food when they don't receive food or feel threatened. Their natural response is aggression and violence. The monkey that attacked Maya wasn't evil or unusually aggressive. It was simply acting on instincts shaped by years of human interference, conditioning, and the breakdown of natural fear between species. Maya spent 2 weeks in the hospital. Her physical injuries healed relatively quickly with proper medical care. But the emotional scars ran much deeper than anyone initially realized, or could have predicted accurately. She developed severe anxiety around any animals. Even seeing birds outside a window would trigger panic attacks that left her sobbing and hyperventilating, unable to calm down for extended periods of time. Her parents enrolled her in trauma therapy. Week after week, Maya sat in that small office with colorful walls, trying to explain her nightmares where monkeys chased her through endless dark corridors. "I just wanted to help it," she told a therapist during one particularly difficult session, tears streaming down her face. "Why did it hurt me? I was trying to be kind and caring." This question haunts many victims of wildlife attacks. The disconnect between human intentions and animal instincts creates tragic misunderstandings that end in violence, injury, and lifelong trauma for innocent people caught between worlds. Maya's story went viral internationally. News outlets from 15 countries covered her attack. Social media exploded with debates about urban wildlife management, human responsibility, and the consequences of our actions toward animals. Some people blamed Maya's parents for not supervising her closely enough. Others blamed local authorities for allowing the monkey population to grow unchecked without intervention or proper wildlife management strategies in place. But the real issue runs deeper than individual blame or simple solutions. It is about how humans and wildlife coexist in increasingly overlapping spaces where boundaries have become dangerously blurred over decades. Cities across India, Thailand, Indonesia, and parts of Africa face similar challenges. Monkeys, accustomed to human presence and food sources, become increasingly bold, aggressive, and dangerous to local populations and tourists visiting these areas. In Jodhpur specifically, the situation reached a breaking point after Maya's attack. Community leaders finally organized emergency meetings with wildlife officials to develop comprehensive action plans addressing the escalating crises threatening their children daily. Hay implemented several measures: educational programs teaching children about wildlife safety, increased animal control presence in residential areas, and stricter penalties for people feeding monkeys in public or private spaces. But implementation proved harder than planning. Cultural beliefs in the region consider monkeys sacred animals connected to the Hindu deity Hanuman, creating complex ethical and religious considerations that couldn't be ignored. Families who wanted aggressive monkeys removed face backlash from neighbors who considered such actions disrespectful to their religious beliefs and traditions that had been practiced for countless generations in their community. Maya's father, Carlos Rodriguez, spoke publicly about this conflict. "I respect everyone's beliefs completely, but my daughter almost died." Where do we draw the line between faith and protecting our children's safety? His question sparked nationwide discussions in India about balancing religious traditions with modern public safety concerns in urban environments where wildlife poses legitimate dangers to human populations living in close proximity daily. Meanwhile, Maya slowly healed. 6 months after the attack, she could finally walk past parks without experiencing crippling panic attacks. Though she still avoided any areas known for monkey activity carefully. Her therapist noted significant progress, but also warned that complete recovery might take years. Trauma doesn't follow convenient timelines or neat healing schedules, especially for children whose sense of safety has been shattered. On the 1-year anniversary of her attack, Maya did something remarkable. She agreed to participate in a documentary about wildlife safety, hoping her story might prevent other children from experiencing similar trauma. Sitting before cameras. Now 8 years old and noticeably more serious than typical children her age, Maya spoke with unexpected wisdom. I learned that wild animals aren't pets or friends we can approach casually. They're beautiful and deserve respect from a distance, she continued, her voice steady despite visible nervousness. We can appreciate them without trying to interact, feed, or touch them unnecessarily for our own satisfaction. Her message reached millions. Schools across India began using her story in wildlife education programs, teaching children the crucial difference between compassion and dangerous interference with wild animals in their natural habitats. But Maya's story also raises uncomfortable questions for all of us, regardless of where we live or what wildlife surrounds our communities. How often do we interfere with nature while believing we're helping? Think about it seriously for a moment. Have you ever fed wild animals at parks, beaches, or tourist attractions? Have you encouraged your children to approach wildlife for photos or interactions? These seemingly innocent actions create the exact conditions that led to Maya's attack. Each piece of food given to a wild animal reinforces dangerous behaviors that eventually result in aggression and violence. Wildlife experts universally agree. The best way to appreciate animals is through observation from safe distances. Never through direct feeding, touching, or interaction that disrupts their natural behaviors and survival instincts. Maya's physical scars have faded significantly now. Her arm healed completely, though she still experiences occasional phantom pains when weather changes, reminding her of that terrible day that changed everything about her childhood. The psychological scars remain more visible. She still has nightmares occasionally, waking up screaming about monkeys chasing her through dark places where nobody can hear her desperate cries for help and protection. But she's also found purpose in her trauma. Maya now volunteers with local wildlife education programs, sharing her story with other children, hoping to prevent them from making the same mistakes she made. If my pain can protect even one other child, she told me during our conversation, then maybe everything I went through had some meaning and purpose beyond just senseless suffering and trauma. Her bravery is remarkable, but it shouldn't have been necessary. Maya should be just another carefree 9-year-old girl worrying about homework and friendships, not carrying the weight of trauma advocacy. The monkeys in Jodhpur remain a problem today. Despite increased control measures, attacks continue regularly. Though public awareness has improved significantly since Maya's incident brought international attention to the dangerous situation facing residents. Just last month, another child was bitten while walking home from school. The incident didn't make international news this time, becoming just another statistic in an ongoing crisis without clear solutions. This is the reality for communities worldwide living alongside wildlife in urban environments. The boundaries between human civilization and nature have blurred beyond recognition, creating dangerous intersections where tragedies happen regularly and predictably. So what's the answer? How do we protect children while respecting wildlife? How do we maintain compassion without creating danger? These questions don't have easy answers or simple solutions that satisfy everyone. Experts suggest comprehensive approaches, better urban planning that separates wildlife habitats from residential areas, stricter enforcement of feeding bans, public education starting in early childhood, and wildlife management programs that relocate problem animals humanely. But implementation requires political will, substantial funding, and community cooperation that often proves difficult to achieve when cultural, religious, and practical considerations conflict with safety concerns and modern urban living requirements. Maya's story isn't just about one girl and one monkey. It is about the complex relationship between humans and wildlife in our rapidly changing world where traditional boundaries no longer exist, clearly. It's about the consequences of our actions, even when those actions come from genuine kindness and compassion. It's about teaching our children to appreciate nature without endangering themselves or disrupting wildlife unnecessarily. Most importantly, it's about learning from tragedy before it happens to someone else we love. Every parent should have this conversation with their children before they encounter wildlife in any context. Where do you stand on this issue? Have you or someone you know experienced dangerous wildlife encounters? What solutions do you think would work in your community to protect both humans and animals? Maya wants you to share this story. Not for views or attention, but because she genuinely believes education is the only way to prevent other children from experiencing the trauma she endured. Before you click away, take one moment to think about the wild animals in your area. How do you interact with them? Are you creating dangerous situations without realizing the potential consequences? Share this story with parents, teachers, and anyone who works with children. Start conversations about wildlife safety in your schools and communities before tragedy strikes close to home where prevention becomes too late. Maya survived her attack, but she'll carry those scars forever, physical and emotional. She's hoping her pain can become your family's protection through awareness, education, and respect for wildlife boundaries that keep everyone safe. Remember, wild animals aren't cruel or evil. They're simply wild, following instincts shaped by millions of years of evolution. We must respect that wildness from a safe distance. Always. Teaching our children this crucial lesson early and consistently throughout their development and growth into responsible adults who understand nature's power and beauty equally.